5 reasons why not to put your betta with neon tetras. After owning them for over a month now, I have observed this behavior. By nature, neon tetras are fin nippers. No matter what you do, they will nip, especially if they saw the betta, because they have a long, wavy, sort of veil fins. So they will chase it. That's what I observed after owning both betta and neon tetras on the same tank for over a month now. At the start, the neon didn't really bother the betta. If the betta swim past them, they'll just swim away. I think because they were just new in the tank with the betta, so they're trying to just feel things out, They're trying to establish territory. But after a month, I've noticed when they get settled and comfortable, that's when they started nipping the betta's fin. I have a couple of live plants. They said it will help. At the time I have 2 Amazon sword and 1 Anobia. They said that it will help them. It will reduce their behavior, but no, it's still they started nipping the betta's tail, and it's hard to watch because the betta will just swim past by them in the middle layer of the tank, and as soon as they see the betta's tail, especially one neon will start following it and start nipping it. So just be careful and be aware that by nature, neon tetras are fin nippers. Because I've seen it, they even nip their own kind. I mean, neon tetras, they nip on each other. I think it's their playfulness or something, but they do it on each other. So just be aware. Second reason is that bettas are slow swimmer. They don't actively swim very fast, and neon tetras are very, very active, and they are very fast swimmer compared to the betta. So feeding time, as long as you drop the food, the neon will outcompete the betta when it comes to feeding time. The betta will take its time locating the food. Like if I feed them frozen food, bloodworms, as soon as I drop the food using a syringe, as soon as I put in the water, the neons will immediately grab the food, and the betta will have no time to react. That's how slow the betta is. You really need to wait for the betta to come up to the surface and put the syringe closer to him and start dropping the food. Because if you drop it all at once, the neon will immediately eat the food, and the betta will have no time, or we have less time to eat it. And you will see also, regarding with their fin nipping behavior, the betta don't have time. I mean, it is just swimming slow and gentle, and it really doesn't have time to get away. It will get away, but the neons are very quick, so they will nip the betta's tail, and when the betta realize it's already nipped, and it will start to get away. But the betta is just slower than the neon tetras. I think if you're considering putting them together, I think it will work for a while, but later on it won't, because I think the mistake here is you don't put a slow fish with a fast active fish, so those two are not compatible. So if I should have put a neon tetras with a bit of active and quick fish, so they might work together. But for beta, I think they're just too slower than the neon, so they couldn't keep up with the neon's energy. Well, I have to, at the moment, I'm still trial and error and finding out how to reduce the fin nipping behavior and how to help out the beta without separating them together. The third reason is that neon, once feeding time, they undergo a feeding frenzy, which outcompetes the beta. As soon as you drop a piece of food into the tank, the neon will immediately swim towards the food, and it will start a feeding frenzy, because I have 10 neon tetras along with the beta. The beta will take its time locating the food, and as soon as you see the food, it's gone. The neon will immediately eat it. So you run the risk of overfeeding in the tank, because you're trying to feed the beta enough food, but as soon as you drop it, the neon will immediately grab and eat the food, leaving the beta on its own, not eating anything. But what I've done is I have a syringe, and I put a small air hose, a short air hose at the end of the syringe, and with frozen food I try to use the syringe and target feed the beta. So I don't drop the food immediately. I put the syringe into the water, into the tank, and I'll wait for the beta to come up at the surface. Because if you put too early the food, again, it will cause a feeding frenzy. And I've seen it before when 10 neon and a beta, they start on feeding frenzy. The beta gets injured because it's trying to get the food, gets irritated, and I think it's stressing the beta out, because as soon as it locate the food and it's trying to eat it, it's gone. And when it gets irritated, it try to chase the neon, try to nip them, but neons are just too fast for the beta. And one time when the neon start the feeding frenzy, probably one time they start biting the beta as well, because the food is around the beta. So I don't really think if you're considering putting neon and beta together, you'll need to reconsider it, because again, it will be compatible if you put two active fast swimmers together and two slow swimmers, not an active swimmer like neon and a slow swimmer like a beta. So like again, at the start it might work, but in the long run I don't think they're compatible together. The fourth reason is that both fish are territorial. Betta by nature are a very territorial fish. That's why you cannot mix two male bettas in one tank. And so as the neon tetras, they are also quite territorial. So if they are on the same tank, both fish will establish their own territory. And if it's a small tank, like my tank is average 54 liters, it's an average size tank. There's quite a bit of space, but still, I don't think it's enough for two species of territorial fish. Because even neons, they form a hierarchical among themselves. You'll see it. You see one neon chasing the other. They bully another neon. They do this because they're quite territorial. So if both of these fish are mixed into one tank, I think that's where the fin nipping and they will stress themselves out. So I highly suggest, and I've read a lot of articles, research studies that and how to care guide with the neon tetras and betta, and they suggest that the more you need to have a minimum of 10 tetras. I don't believe you need 6 because they said the 10 minimum of 10 neon will be comfortable with each other. They will start to school together, but I don't think that is also enough if you want to keep betta with the neon. Because I have 10 neons and still they're bullying the betta. So if I haven't tried adding more neon tetras, but I don't know if it's going to work. I think I will reach the maximum bioload of the tank if I did. So I am still thinking if I should add 5 more neon. Because I've read that if you have more than 10, they will keep the nipping among themselves. They will chase each other and they won't chase the betta. But the betta swims all over the tank. The betta swims at the top, at the middle, at the bottom. So no matter what I do, I rearrange the structure of the tank, they will still meet each other and the neon will still nip the betta's fin. So if you're going to keep both, if you're still going to keep both of them, I highly suggest you need a bigger tank. I would say 20 gallons. Because what I have is only 14. Minimum 20 gallons if you want to reduce or even stop the fin nipping behavior. That for me is my own opinion from what I've observed owning them. The fifth reason is their energy behavior. Like I said before, betta like to just slowly glide or swim around the tank. If you own one, you'll notice that they don't swim very fast. They just swim slowly, gently. Unlike the neon, as soon as they school, they will chase each other. They're very active, very quick. They will chase they will chase each other around the plants, driftwood, and sometimes bully one another. You'll see it. They're very active fish, schooling fish. And mainly they stay at the middle of the tank. That's what I observed. After owning them, majority of the time they stay in the middle. and they will start chase each other. All day, they will do this. While the betta is just a gentle, relaxed fish. He just swim, checking the bottom, checking the top, breathing at the surface, checking the plants. But the betta's not really swimming very actively, like very quick, responsive. They just chill, sort of a chill swim, if you like. So that is the fifth reason. So imagine the neon will, if they saw especially they target the betta's tail, they will chase the betta. They just like to nip because they have to exert that energy from what I observed. So this is the fifth reason why you shouldn't put the betta along with the neon tetra. And if you are going to decide, I highly suggest you put them in a bigger tank than 54 liters or 14 gallon, because at least they have the space to swim. They will establish a bigger space, a bigger territory for themselves, and they won't bother each other. So my conclusion is, if you're thinking of putting betta with neons, I think you need to put them minimum 20 gallon, 10, at least 10 neon tetras, and a betta. And it has to be heavily planted, so you can break the line of sight, the neon's line of sight, so it doesn't see the betta all the time. And it also provides, heavily planted aquarium also provides hiding place for the betta if he feels stressed. Yes, the neon tetras behavior stress the bettas, so it will try to find a place, a peaceful place to hide. So I highly suggest a heavily planted aquarium with the big broad leaves like the Amazon sword, a driftwood, and some stones, and katapa leaves. Those are the three option you can do, because that's what I did in my tank recently. I put lots of live plants, and hopefully they will thrive, and hopefully it will make the neon and the betta at ease, more peaceful, because in their actual habitat in the wild, if you're trying to copy what's their actual habitat, it is heavily planted. Also, another reason they said that why the neons are having this fin nipping behavior is that they're also stressed. That's why they go at whatever they saw or see. That's why another reason you can do is either increase their number from 10 to 15. Also put more live plants. So what I did so far, I put live plants. I put more live plants. I put at the top floating plants. I want them to feel at ease. I want them to feel they have lots of places to hide. They're not being seen. That's what they want. So I will observe them for a week and see how it goes. If the fin nipping behavior still exists after a week, that's what I will be uploading next time if there are any update or any change in their behavior, because I put a new substrate. I put play sand on top of the old gravel, and I also planted the new live plants and floater plants. So hopefully it will make them feel like it's their home, like it's their natural habitat. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you watch my next video. Thank you again.